You have signed an energetic NDA, which is keeping you stuck in the undesired reality which you're trying so desperately to escape. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what an energetic NDA is, how it works, and how to fully detach from the energetic NDA, how to essentially rip up the social contract. First, an energetic NDA is nothing but a belief or notion which one subscribes to in order to stay within a specific sector of society, even if that belief or notion is not in alignment with their desired reality. So, a quick example of this would be the notion that money is very easy to come by. Picture this: you and your friend both live in a reality in which money is difficult to come by. You now attempt to change that belief to money being easy to come by. That friend who is still in alignment with that old belief that money is difficult to come by brings you back to that old belief which you are desperately trying to detach from, trying to change. That is essentially what an energetic NDA is. And in order for you to understand how to maneuver an energetic NDA properly to the point where you could rip up the social contract and it essentially doesn't have an effect on you, is to first understand how it works. So, an energetic NDA works on 3 different levels. First, it works on the primal level within evolutionary psychology. The first part of your brain to be developed was the primal brain, or what others call the reptilian brain. 2 different words to describe the same thing. It is the part of your brain which governs the fight or flight response, or anything to do with fear, anxiety, etc. Now, when we lived in tribes and we were quote unquote cavemen, we needed to be in a tribe in order for us to survive. So naturally, leaving a tribe was a signification and representation of death. Because if you weren't in a tribe, it was easier for a predator to kill you. No one would be standing watch. If you weren't in a tribe and you didn't know how to hunt, well, now you have no food to eat because you don't know how to hunt. But somebody who does know how to hunt within that tribe can bring you food in exchange for you maybe protecting the person when you sleep, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, to the primal part of your brain, leaving a tribe equates to death. Now, within modern society, naturally, it's not the exact same thing, but the overall principle is still there. Instead of it being a tribe in a village, the tribe is now your friends, your family, your lover, any one of your loved ones. You living a life without that loved one, or those group of loved ones, or those group of friends in your life, is a signification to your brain of death, to your primal brain of death, which is essentially why whenever you do something which could cause for you to be kicked out of that tribe, or for that tribe to stop loving you, it is associated with death, which is why you usually don't do it. Now, the second level is within the realm of behavioral psychology. When you were a baby, toddler, or kid, when your parents didn't want you to do something and you did it anyway, you were met with disapproval, dislike, discontempt, a lack of validation, a lack of love. And because you were met with that, that led to you not wanting to do it again. Because naturally, as children, one of the few things that you desperately needed was approval, validation, to be liked by your family members. And now this isn't a bad thing, because this was needed in order for society to exist. You have to learn what is not good and what isn't good in general in order for you to properly integrate into a harmonious society. Next, you have the energetic level. Imagine a belief or notion that you subscribe to as an entity. All a belief is a singular or multitude of thoughts that are accompanied with emotion and conviction. The same emotion that created that belief is what that belief needs to live. That emotion gives that entity energy. All emotion is energy in motion, hence as to why it's called emotion. Now, because that entity needs that emotion to thrive, to live, to gain power, it will look for your attention as much as possible. And if that entity notices you leaving, it notices you not giving it as much attention, or it notices you trying to give attention to another belief, to another entity, it gets jealous. And it also gets really scared, because you are what gives it the energy it needs to thrive. So if you're going to a new notion, it will do anything to bring you back. It will bring you back by any means necessary. Now, extrapolate this down to the other realms which I explained, and you begin to notice a pattern. You begin to notice a sense of a unification. What the entity will do when it notices you trying to leave is it will utilize another person who has subscribed to it, who has subscribed to that notion or belief, in order to bring you back. That person could be a family member, a friend, your lover, a random person down the street who randomly decides to have a conversation with you, your workmate, anyone. It will use that person by making them tell you how ridiculous your idea is, or how dumb it is to believe that, or how naive it is to believe that, or how tone deaf you would be if you were to believe that. That person will tell you this isn't how life works, that you're being delusional. And cool, that person may be right. That isn't how their life works. It doesn't mean it's not how your life has to work. Your reality and their reality does not have to be the same thing. Now, you understand what an energetic NDA is, and what an energetic NDA is, what an energetic wow. You understand what an energetic NDA is, how it works. Now, the final piece that you need is how to break it. And to be honest, you've probably even come to that conclusion yourself. But if you haven't, it's fine, because I'm about to tell you anyway. It is just a matter of detachment. Detachment from what? Other people's perceptions of you. It becomes easy to detach from people's perceptions of you when you realize two things. The first, that nobody actually perceives you for you. You are the only person who truly knows you. Nobody else entirely knows you. The only thing that they know of you is what their perception will allow them to see of you. That is a gem. Write that shit down. Nobody sees you for you but you. So why then is it your job to save anyone's distorted perception of you? It is not. 2. If somebody loves you only because of the ability to relate to you, only because you live in a similar reality, then ask yourself this question: does that person love you for you, or do they only love you because they have the ability to relate to you? And if they only love you because they can relate to you, did they ever really love you in the first place? If they stop loving you because you now live in your desired reality, you're now in a better paradigm mentally and physically and spiritually, did that person ever really love you, or did they just love the fact that you also lived in a reality that you hated? That is all that it really is. Now, I like to make my videos practical. So, the practical for today's video is simple. Do something for your fucking self. Be selfish. Disappoint someone today. Disappoint someone, but impress yourself at the same time. You need to have the ability to disappoint other people. Because when you have the ability to disappoint other people, you are no longer stuck within that cage. You're no longer stuck within the prison of other people's perceptions. And that is all for today. That is all for today. Thank you guys for listening in. Jot down some notes from what you remember that I've told you. If you don't remember anything, then just skim through the video again or fully watch the video again and take some notes this time and put those notes in the comments, because chances are every single person all extracted different pieces of information from this video, because what you read or whatever information you intake when you watch a video or read a book or read an article is not the information itself, but rather your state of consciousness. Which is why when you come back to certain things, you will remember things either to a deeper level, or you will find something, not remember things to a deeper level, you'll see something that you already saw before but then understand it to a deeper level, or you will find something that you missed the first time. And that is all for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Goodbye.